Okay, hello everybody. Today's lesson is unit number 4. Today I will explain the first subunit, unit number 4.1. The title is Hidden Talent. In this subunit, I will teach you the present perfect tense form plus ever, never. And we will also have vocabulary. It's about make and do. So let's get started. So vocabulary, make and do. Exercise number 1.A. Work in pairs. Which of the phrases in bold below can you see in the pictures? First, let's make these phrases. Make a speech. Make a speech in front of more than 50 people. For example, let's look at the picture. You see? He's making a speech in front of 80 people. The second phrase, make a meal for more than 8 people. So the phrase is make a meal. Make a phone call in a foreign language. For example, let's look at the picture. She's making a phone call in a foreign language. For example, make a decision that change your life for the better. So the verb a decision goes with the verb make. Make a decision. Do a project with a big team. For example, let's look at the picture. She's doing a project with a big team. Yeah. Do business in another language. Let's look at the picture. They are doing business in another language. Do well or do badly in an exam. For example, let's look at the picture. He's doing well in his exam, or you can say he's doing badly in an exam. And the last phrase, do your homework on the way to school. Okay, let's continue. Let's look at the other exercise number 2.A. It's recording number 4.1. Listen and read the conversation below. Which tenses do the speakers use? So this is a recording, as I said, we will listen it twice, then afterwards we will define which tenses do the speakers use. Okay, let's listen it together. So recording number 1.
Unit 4, Great Minds. Recording 1.
Have you ever made a speech in public?
No, never. Have you?
Yes, I have. I made a speech at work.
Really? When did you do that?
At a conference last year. I was really nervous.
I'm not surprised. Okay. Have you ever made friends with someone from another country?
No, I haven't. But my brother has. He met a woman from Chile in 2014. In fact, they got married a week ago.
Oh.
Unit 4, Great Minds. Recording 1.
Have you ever made a speech in public?
No, never. Have you?
Yes, I have. I made a speech at work.
Really? When did you do that?
At a conference last year. I was really nervous.
I'm not surprised. Okay. Have you ever made friends with someone from another country?
No, I haven't. But my brother has. He met a woman from Chile in 2014. In fact, they got married a week ago.
Oh.
Okay, the recording is finished. Let's look at the exercise. Okay, and which tenses do the speakers use? Let's find out. Have you ever made a speech in public? Present perfect tense form. No, never. Have you? And this is also present perfect tense form. You can see it from the structure. Yes, I have. The short positive answer is in the present perfect tense form. I made a speech at work, past simple tense form. Really? When did you do that? Past simple tense form. At a conference last year, I was really nervous. Past simple tense form, you see. I'm not surprised, so be careful. This is present simple tense form. I'm not surprised. Okay, have you ever made friends with someone from another country? Present perfect tense form. No, I haven't, but my brother has. Present perfect tense form. He met a woman from Chile in 2014. So, past simple tense form. In fact, they got married a week ago. This is also past simple tense form. Another exercise that related to our recording is exercise number B. Answer the questions about the conversation. Number 1. Underline 2 questions about general experiences in bracket where the exact time is not important. How are they formed? Like blank, you, ever, plus past participle. The first one, have you ever made a speech in public? You see, we can find it from the recording, our listening. Have you ever made a speech in public? And the other one, have you ever made friends with someone from another country? This is the second one. Question number 2. Find 2 sentences which say when the actions happened in the past, which verb tense is used. So the correct answer is here. He met a woman from Chile in 2014. In fact, they got married a week ago. And the last question, number 3, circle the 3 short answers to have you questions. The first one is here, no, never. The first short answer is no, never. The second one, yes, I have. And the last one, the third one is no, I haven't. Okay. And now let's open page number 134 because I will explain the first grammar rule, present perfect tense form, plus ever and never. Let's get started from the first table. First, I will explain the positive form of present perfect tense form, then afterwards the negative tense form I will explain too. So for I, you, we, they, we use have or its short form apostrophe plus past participle. For example, we can say I've finished the project or you have finished the project or they have finished the project. For the third person singular forms like he, she, it, we use has or apostrophe s plus past participle. He has finished the project or she hath finished the project. Yeah, and now let's look at the other column. And now I will explain how do we formulate the negative form of present perfect tense form. It's really easy. We only add not after have and hasn't. So the structure is like that. Haven't plus past participle, hasn't plus past participle. But don't forget, be careful, because we use haven't plus past participle for I, you, we, they. For he, she, it, we use hasn't plus past participle. Okay, for example, I haven't visited Mexico, or they haven't visited Mexico, or we haven't visited Mexico. And now, if you want to use have never, the verb never in the present perfect tense form, that's why you should be careful, because if you use never, you should keep the verb in positive form. In English, that's why in English we don't use two negation within one sentence. This is incorrect. Okay, if you have never, because it's already one negation, so we have to keep the verb in positive form. For example, I have never visited Mexico, or they have never visited Mexico. He, she, it. Let's look at here. He hasn't visited Mexico. She hasn't visited Mexico. Again, if we want to use hasn't, never, so don't pay attention hasn't, just use has never. He has never visited Mexico, or she has never visited Mexico. You see, we use never after have and has. Okay, it depends on the subject pronoun. If it's the third person singular form, of course, you will use has never. If it's the first person plural form, or like you, we, they, we use have never. Okay. And now let's look at the other table. In this table, I will explain to you how do we form the question form of present perfect tense form. It's really easier. For I, you, we, they, we use have. Before this subject pronouns, we use have plus one of these subject pronouns plus past participle. Let's make a question form. Have you ever played chess? Or have we played chess? The short positive answer will be yes, I have. The short negative answer will be no, I haven't. Or if you take the subject pronoun they, let's use the they. For example, have they ever played chess? Yes, they have. Positive short answer. No, they haven't. Negative short answer. Let's look at here. For he, she, it, we use has before the subject pronouns plus past participle. For example, has she ever played chess? Yes, she has. No, she hasn't. Or if you take the masculine gender, has he ever played chess? The short positive answer will be yes, he has. The short negative answer will be no, he hasn't. Okay, here the form, as I already mentioned, the structure of the present perfect tense form is have or has plus past participle. And don't forget, if the verb is regular, just add ed at the end. But if it's irregular verb, you have to learn them by heart. There is no choice. And you can also open the page number 127. You can revise if you have already known these verbs. You can again revise these verbs. But for present perfect tense form, don't forget to take the third columns. I mean the past participle form, that the verbs are in the third columns. Yeah. And now I will explain in detail what is present perfect tense form and in which cases do we normally use the present perfect tense form. And the most important thing that I will also explain to you what is the main differences between the present perfect tense form and past simple tense form. Okay, let's start here. Number one, use the present perfect to talk about past experiences without saying an exact time. For example, I've been to Warsaw. When we want to say an exact time, we use the past simple. This is the most important phrase. Look at here, exact time. If we want to say an exact time, we use the past simple. I went to Warsaw in 2007. Yeah. Use ever with the present perfect to mean during your life until now. So ever means during your life until now, but never is the negative of ever. Let's look at the examples. Have you ever visited Madrid? She's never been to a nightclub. Spoken grammar number one. When we are asked, have you ever? Question, we often reply, no, never, instead of no, I haven't. Let's look at the short dialogues. Have you ever been to the Maldives? No, never. So you don't have to say, no, I haven't. This is incorrect. You have to say, no, never. The second spoken grammar, when we want to repeat the same, have you ever, something in question form, we usually say, have you? Okay, let's look at the other short dialogue. Have you ever been to Zurich? No, have you? Okay, and now let's open page number 38. Okay, let's continue. Another exercise number 3.a. Underline the correct alternative. We've got 6 sentences that in each sentence we have 2 alternatives. Either we have to use present perfect tense form or past simple tense form. So let's find out which verb do we have to use in each sentence. So number 1, she was on TV yesterday. Was, the correct answer is was. Number 2, so have you ever written a speech? We choose the first one. Have you ever written? Present perfect tense form. This is the correct answer. Number 3. So I've never eaten snails. I've never eaten. This is the correct answer. Present perfect tense form. Number 4. Last night I finished the book. Finished. Past simple. So this is the correct answer. Number 5. So have you ever been to the USA? So don't say did you ever go to. So this is incorrect. The correct answer is have you ever been. And number 6, he finished the project this morning. Finish. This is the correct answer. We choose the past simple tense form in this sentence. Another exercise number B, complete the sentences. And we've got 5 incomplete sentences. Let's complete this sentence by using present perfect and past simple tense form. Number 1, let's say I've played chess, or I've played cricket or golf. So number 2, yesterday I was happy, or yesterday I was angry. Number 3, I've never heard of him. I've never heard of him. Number 4, I've always thought I would learn to play the piano. I will repeat it again. Look, I've always thought I would learn to play the piano. And number 5, when I was a child, I can say, when I was a child, I used to take the bus to school. Okay, I will repeat it again. When I was a child, I used to take the bus to school. Okay, you can complete the sentences, as I already mentioned, by using present perfect and past simple tense form. It's up to you in which verse do you want to use. You can choose, it's up to you. And another exercise number 4.8. Write the past participle in the table below. Check your answers on page 127. Okay, catch, caught, keep, kept, make, made, drive, driven, do, done, fly, flown, come, came, cross. This is a regular verb, that's why we will add ed, crossed. Give, given, swim, swum, sleep, slept, lose, lost, win, won, buy is already given, bought, pay, paid, grow, grown. Let's look at the exercise number C. So in this exercise, use the verbs above to make 6 have you ever questions. Use the ideas in the box to help you. So we have got lots of words in the box, and we also have verbs. Let's complete these questions. Okay, for example, have you ever, I can say, have you ever bought anything expensive? Or have you ever taken a bus to school? Or have you ever grown plants? And another example, I can say, have you ever swum in a river? Okay. Another exercise number 5.A, so listening comprehension, recording number 4.3. Look at the pictures and listen to an interview with Mario, the boy in the story. As you listen, answer question from 1 to 3. Okay, we will listen it twice. Then afterwards, we will answer to these 3 questions. Okay, now let's listen it together. Okay, recording number 1. I'm sorry, 3.
Unit 4. Recording 3.
So, Mario, can you tell us how you used your talent in your job?
Well, I've always enjoyed cooking. I come from a big Italian family, and I learned to cook by watching my mother in the kitchen.
But no one knew you could cook, right?
That's right, no one knew. I only cooked at home, but I did it well. Then, in my 20s, I started to make meals for my friends. And well, I was working in an office. And I brought food to office parties, that kind of thing.
Then you had an idea.
I had the idea to sell my food at work.
So your colleagues buy your food every day.
Yeah, I started selling it to friends and colleagues, and then to other people at work. I prepared all kinds of things: bread, pasta, cakes.
And then you made a decision.
Yeah, office work was okay, but I wanted to do something more interesting. So eventually, I asked the boss if I could open a cafe in the office.
And he was happy to.
He agreed. They gave me a room. Now I bring food there every day. We have chairs and tables. And now that's my job.
Have you ever thought, oh, I prefer my old office job. This is too difficult.
Never. I've never thought that, because this is what I love doing: cooking and preparing different menus. Really, it's the best decision I've ever made.
And have you thought about expanding the business, maybe opening a restaurant one day?
I've thought about it, but it's a long way away.
Now let's listen it again.
Unit 4. Recording 3.
So, Mario, can you tell us how you used your talent in your job?
Well, I've always enjoyed cooking. I come from a big Italian family, and I learned to cook by watching my mother in the kitchen.
But no one knew you could cook, right?
That's right, no one knew. I only cooked at home, but I did it well. Then, in my 20s, I started to make meals for my friends. And well, I was working in an office. And I brought food to office parties, that kind of thing.
Then you had an idea.
I had the idea to sell my food at work.
So your colleagues buy your food every day.
Yeah, I started selling it to friends and colleagues, and then to other people at work. I prepared all kinds of things: bread, pasta, cakes.
And then you made a decision.
Yeah, office work was okay, but I wanted to do something more interesting. So eventually, I asked the boss if I could open a cafe in the office.
And he was happy to.
He agreed. They gave me a room. Now I bring food there every day. We have chairs and tables. And now that's my job.
Have you ever thought, oh, I prefer my old office job. This is too difficult.
Never. I've never thought that, because this is what I love doing: cooking and preparing different menus. Really, it's the best decision I've ever made.
And have you thought about expanding the business, maybe opening a restaurant one day?
I've thought about it, but it's a long way away.
Okay, our recording is finished. Let's look at the exercise. Question number 1. What was Maria's hidden talent? So Maria's hidden talent was cooking. Number 2. When did he start to use his talent? In his 20s, he started to make meals for his friends. And question number 3. How did he use his talent to change his job? He started selling food to his colleagues and then opened a cafe in the office. Okay, that was the correct answer. Another exercise, number B, it's also related to our recording. Listen again, we have already listened it, and complete the extracts. We have 6 extracts, so let's complete these extracts. I've always enjoyed cooking. The correct answer is enjoyed. Number 2, then in my 20s, I started to make meals for my friends. to make. This is the correct answer. Number 3, I had the idea to sell my food at work. To sell. The verb sell is the correct answer. Number 4, I wanted to do something more interesting. Do. The verb do is the correct answer. Number 5, have. Have you ever thought, oh, I prefer my old office job? Have. This is the correct answer. And the last sentence, number 6, it's the best decision I have ever made. The verb made is the correct answer. Okay, and we've got the last exercise, number 7.a. It's about correcting mistakes. So in this exercise, we will find 9 mistakes and correct them. We also have symbols. Of course, we will read the text carefully. We will find grammar, spelling, and punctuation mistake. We can also ensure we can write GR if it's grammar mistake. If it's spelling, we can write SP, or if it's about punctuation mistake, we can write P in short. Okay, let's read the text carefully. My hidden talent. My talent is that I can sing really well. There is no mistake, so we can continue. I have always liked music. Let's stop here. I've always liked, because this is present perfect tense form, we add D at the end, liked. This is grammar mistake. You can write GR, in short you can write GR. And here we have to write full stop because the sentence is completed. You just write down full stop. This is punctuation mistake, punctuation. In short, you can write P. Okay, continue. I sing all kinds of songs, including rock, pop, and classical music. Here we have to write full stop. This is punctuation mistake. I first discovered this ability when I was young. Okay, let's stop here. I first discovered this ability. Ability, let's look at this word. There's a spelling mistake, yeah, it was written in a wrong way. So that's why we have to correct this word. So ability. So I will spell it to you, you will correct it. ABILITY. Again, ABILITY. Let's continue. I often listened to music and sang at the same time. So this is correct. The sentence is correct. I'm doing it many times at parties, in front of my friends, and in karaoke bars. So I have done, not doing, done. This is grammar mistake. Write down GR in short. I've done it many times at parties in front of my, So this is a spelling mistake. You see, friends. It has to be written like that. So I will spell it to you. FRIENDS. Again, FRIENDS. There is no magic secret. We have to write full stop. This is a punctuation mistake. Full stop. I just listen carefully and am practicing on my own. So in this last sentence, we have 2 mistakes. One mistake is here, carefully. So this word consists of double L. So that's why we have to add 1 L, because 1 L is missing in this word, carefully. This is spelling mistake. And here, instead of writing I'm practicing, we have to write practice. Okay, not I'm practicing, just write practice. I will spell it to you. PRACTISE. Again, PRACTISE. So, students, that's all for today. Today we finish unit number 4.1, the first subunit. And the next lesson we will have the other subunit, unit number 4.2. So see you in the next lesson. Bye.